Hi guys, happy Witchy Wednesday. Yes, I know, I thought yesterday was Wednesday, and it's totally not. Today's Wednesday. So, these freaking allergies are sucky, so tomorrow I will be sending out all of the packages, all of the books, all of it. I just need a break from just everything for a minute. Just for a minute. So, what else? Oh, Ouija Boot Camp. Very excited about this. Very, very excited about this. So, still pissed off about my sleep. I'm still waking up late. Completely late. I don't know what's going on. I had a dear friend of mine tell me that it was... I am waking up the way the Native Americans would wake up. Whenever spirit tells them to wake up and go to bed. That's not how that works today. It's like the 21st century. So yeah, I'm just very irritated about everything. Not here, just with me. So yes, allergies are terrible. Can't do crap. So yes, okay. Mallory, did I show you guys this yesterday? So I actually put the planchette on a pen, or a chain, or not a chain, but a little fox leather. Nice, yeah, whatever, a nice cord. So it actually works. So, you can actually have that as a pendant. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy, especially with, the organ. Nice, I like it. I think it turned out pretty nice. It did, but I just don't care for the way the veil did its thing, but I mean, that's the best as it's gonna get. So, that's ready. I'm very happy about that. That was a big accomplishment for me. So, Ouija incense. Got a little makeover, and it smells amazing. I can't smell anything, but this is the best smelling incense in the entire world. So last night I made up a bigger batch, just because it takes a lot. Oh, I smell it and it makes me happy. It really makes me very happy to smell this. So it got a little makeover. I don't know if you guys can see. A little teeny tiny makeover. There, now you guys can see. So it's got some special additives in it that makes it just that much better. Let's see if I can actually get it to... There we go. You guys can see the sparkles. So yes. It doesn't make much. So that's a really bad thing. It just doesn't make much at all. So, but it smells amazing. It smells amazing, and I know you guys are going to like this. So, for the next Ouija Boot Camp, I'm preparing myself ahead of time, so I have everything prepared. Books, I have to order those, so whoever wants to be in the next Ouija Boot Camp, you are more than welcome. Anybody's more than welcome just to follow along. If you don't, do your initial payment, then I can't afford to actually send, all the books and shipping, and that's just my concern, is shipping. I don't care if I make a dime out of it, it's just shipping. So as long as you guys get your books, that's all that matters. So that is what I wanted to go over, is I want to get you guys, for the next set of campers, Ouija Boot campers, the books. I want to get those books ready first. I think Ouija Pop is the most valuable book for this course, and then the incense, and then your pendants, and your board, and all of that good stuff. So we can actually just jump right in. So I just want to make it just that much better, that much more special for you guys. I want to amp it up. I don't want to, I want it to be the best that I can possibly do. The best that I can possibly do for you guys. So, very good. It's coming along very well. What else? I don't know, I got a new mouse today for my iPad. I'm trying to turn my iPad into a laptop. You would think it would work. No, it doesn't work. very disappointed. It only works if it's jailbroken, your iPad, and I'm not doing that. It's ridiculous. So yeah, doesn't work. Thanks Amazon for nothing, again. So yes, it's really, really hot in here, but yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Let's see. The figure in my trees, probably just my imagination. Don't know, honestly, but I'm kind of attributing it to Galvatron, the skull. So I don't know if that was him showing himself in the trees. Could have been. It might have not been. I don't know. So I don't know what else I had to tell you guys. I feel awful. So yes, Ouija sessions are kind of on hold for right now. I won't do them, even if I felt the little tiniest bit congested or sick or anything. I won't do that. I want it to be 100% good. So I want to be top-notch for you guys. So it's very worth the wait. Monica, thank you, Sisterly, for chiming in for me in the comment section. That really helped me out. Yeah, so what else? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of how we can, just up our sessions. And so yesterday's video was supposed to be for today, which today is, obviously it's Witchy Wednesday. So all of my tips and everything from yesterday was supposed to be today, but it didn't work. So I don't know. Let's see. So really, for the full moon, I have my plan. So I am going to do just a basic to get myself back on track empowerment spell ritual. So I'm going to do just a basic candle. I will include all of you guys in with my candle. So it's just basically for me, it's going to be getting myself back on track. So back on track of waking up at my regular time, being able to sleep well, not waking up. But sleeping is just, I don't know what's going on with my sleep. I don't know if this is happening to everybody, but it's pretty shitty. Just the whole sleep pattern and all of it. I am just not happy with sleep pattern right now. It's like during the day again, it's like going backwards. It's like I completely went backwards, and now I am coming alive at night, and that's not what I want to do. I want to be awake and enjoy the day. But it's probably a mixture of depression and probably a little bit of a bug. Probably just allergies and just that kind of stuff. So I actually had to cancel my therapy today because I can't go under trance with this going on and focus on my problems. I just, that's the last thing on my mind is trying to fix that. It'd be more trying to fix myself. So we have 4 days for the full moon. 4 days. Let me check real quick again. So yes. Okay. Full moon, we have 3 days left, so we can use a lot of that energy. I'm hoping. Where did my full moon calendar go? Weird. Very weird. We have 3 days, so it's 87.7% waxing gibbous. So right now it's in Capricorn. Alright, and it is in Capricorn until August 23rd, so tomorrow at 1:03 p.m. So today we are ambitious, focused, and practical. So, and then it'll be in Aquarius when we do the full moon. I'm thinking it'll be in Aquarius, I'm not sure. So, I think that will work. So we can use just whatever, sign the moon is in. We can use those energies. We can use, those planetary gods and goddesses, which is really cool, I think. So yeah, everything will work out pretty good, I think, for the full moon ritual. Ouija boot campers. What do you guys want to see changed? What do you guys want to see different in the next course? What would be best for you guys? For me, getting you guys your material, that's my number one goal. Right there. Is getting you guys your material. So you guys can actually, skim through Ouija Pop and get an understanding, if you don't already have an understanding of how I do it. So, and then Green Witch, if you guys remember the girl Heather, that, she showed pictures of her cutting herself and then posted all over Twitter and said it was my fault. That is, same girl. Watch out, guys. Just be careful, especially on this channel. I don't know where they're coming from or how she's coming back, but it's gonna piss me off. Anyways, so really getting into the full moon, I really wanted to send you guys, all those that are participating in the full moon ritual, I really wanted to send you guys some of the Ouija incense, but it's not gonna happen yet, so I have to wait until payday. So that's gonna suck. I just wanted you guys to have all of this nice, good stuff before the full moon, so we could, all do this together. I may give out the recipe for that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It smells too good for the Ouija incense. It smells way too good. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did it this time. But it smells even better than the last batch. Nick, this smells even better than the last batch. So you completely know how it smells. Some of you know how it smells. So just very good, very excited for this. Why am I blurry again? I feel like I keep getting very blurry. There we go. Alright. So, yes, feedback for Ouija Bootcamp. What do you guys, people that are pondering joining Ouija Bootcamp, which if you do, last night I posted a bunch of, I did the blog, I blogged the lodestone magic. I hope you guys like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I have to check a few statements and see if anything has happened, and then I have to feed my lodestone. So it's been pretty nice. It's a really nice magical addition. So I really want to incorporate the lodestone magic, well, for me, into the full moon ritual, and then I want to incorporate the mojo bag in the full moon ritual too. So I just thought that'd be really cool. Very neat, very interesting. I'm pissed about that mouse. I keep looking at it. Grr. So yeah, but yes, for the Ouija course, what do you guys want to see different? What? Give me feedback. What could I teach you? What could be better? What could be, what areas could we, pick on and really focus on? So we have just a huge broad spectrum of everything to go through. So we could actually start with, honestly, the book. So, the history. We will start with a little bit of the history today. Just a little bit. I actually have to get my book, because I forgot a lot of it. Yes, I have forgotten a lot of it. Thank God for this. So, alright, a little bit of the history of the Ouija. So, alright. Okay, so the Fox sisters and their mother, they spread the wrapping of tables in the 1800s. So they were debunked and defrauded though. So Kate, Margarita, and Leah Fox. Those were the Fox sisters that were famous for the spiritualist movement. But they would hold seances and contact the other side with many other participants at the table. So everything was dark, so the drugs could actually be done outside of the curtains, behind the curtains, that kind of stuff, under the table, just that kind of thing. So they did get debunked. So things like this did happen in the past, and it still happens. So people still fake a session. They fake, channeling. There's lots of it out there. So yes. So they did become famous, the Four Spirit, the modern spiritualist movement, which the Fox Sisters, and that is up in Lilydale, New York. Yeah. I think it would be very neat to actually go visit that place. Just a world, or just a completely different world. Completely different. Yeah, I'd like a completely different world. I've heard many incredible stories. So, yes, they are now famous, the Fox Sisters, for the modern day spiritualist movement. So their their practices didn't continue long. Their ideals have changed and better looked at with truth. So eventually they were caught. So soon after, Elijah Bond had a board with letters and numbers. So he used a small plank and called it a planchette. So small plank in French is planchette. So in order for the spirits to spell out their messages, there was a hole in it, so you could put your pen in there. So that dates back further than Elijah Bond, though. So it was originally designed as a parlor game used nightly at parties and after church. So it was very common, when I was, growing up too, go to church, come back, come home, use the Ouija. That's what that was like back then. So the story really has that Elijah Bond and Charles Kennard had a small tip over the production of the board. So from what I have gathered, they came together and patented the board together in 1891. But the actual board itself, Spirit Communication, Ouija, like I said, is a brand name. Dates back further, a lot further than just Ouija. So we have tales of it in China, Japan, really far back. So it goes a lot further back. So it's still very common to see it, used in cemeteries, which you don't have to. Since spirits do not know space or time, they know it, but they don't, they're not restricted by it. So we can contact them from the cemetery down the road from my house. I can contact somebody from London. So, it's a universal telephone. So, the original we just didn't have a hole. Didn't have a hole in the planchette. So it had to actually point out its messages. So, shortly after the board had, it had a message indicator window. So we have these two wonderful men to thank for bringing this amazing tool to us. So the board's home is Baltimore, Maryland. That's where the board came, Ouija, the name. So, let's see. There are also origins of the board dating back thousands of years, supposedly into China. I've never actually found really anything. I probably have, I just probably forgot. So they do have, numbers on circular boards, and we have the giant, it's like if you look it up, a Chinese board, and it has, I don't know, it's very funky. It tips. It does all kinds of strange stuff. Something that I would really actually like to actually get my hands on. So, and then we have Haskellite, which is that board, Swami board, which was produced in Chicago, Illinois. So we have that board. So yes. Again, Ouija is only a brand name like Prada or Gucci. That's all it is. All it is a brand name. So, So yes, a little bit of history. Ouija just had its 125th birthday, quite a few years ago, so it's quite older. So, okay, when they were naming the board, there was a woman present, and she actually had a locket, and it said Ouija on it. So we're thinking, with the Talking Board Historical Society, everything that they've gathered, we are thinking that it kind of was the ideomotor effect, in a way, but it had something to do with the person, the woman, with that locket that had Ouija on it. So possible last name, possible first name. I'm not sure. So I'm not 100% sure on that. The AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, that came from the board. So that's a little bit of background information on just what came from the board. Yeah, so AA came from the board. What else came from the board? Okay. So yes, the entire concept of the 12-step program came from the board. So, yes, now here it is. The naming of the board had a quite interesting history as well. Bond, as history shows us, sat down and asked what it should be called. So the board, it's spelled out OUIJA. They asked what this Ouija meant, and it's spelled out luck. So, and we all know that Ouija does not mean luck. It means yes, yes. We and ja. So while we know that OUIJA does not in fact mean luck, it comes from the French and German words. We equals yes in French, and ja supposedly means no in German. So later studies find that ja means yes as well. So it could be yes, yes. So the naming of it probably came from the woman with that locket. So if you guys want to, you can check out TalkingBoardHistoricalSociety.com. And Robert Murch, who is incredible, has an entire story about, he goes into a lot more detail about the woman. And he just actually most recently, I think this month sometime, I seen an article just on the woman. So, not naming the board. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, and this is what I wrote too. When attempting to find the meaning of the board, oddly enough, the woman in the room with Bond had a locket on, and engraved on this locket was the word Ouija. So we can take this into account. I really don't think anyone knows just exactly where Ouija came from, aside from the users that asked what to call it. So, lots and lots of background information. Lots and lots. So yes, that's just part of it. Part of Ouija Pop, which I think you guys will like. I hope you guys will like it. So, oils. So I want to incorporate oils and essential oils and aromatherapy and perfumery into Ouija. That's what I want to do. I think that's pretty cool, especially with the Ouija incense. That's even better. It reminds me of Ouija. It puts me in a happy mood. So that's what triggers me. Okay, I'm going to Ouija today because I smell that incense. I'm not going to, but that's what that does to me. That's what it does to my subconscious mind. Ouija. I love it. I love it. So yes, we have to take into consideration the background of the board, its bad reputation. Got a cold chill. The negative rap it has. So everything that you think you know about the board, toss it. Everything negative about the board, toss it. It's all wrong. It is. It's all wrong. The reason people have bad experiences is because that's what's in the back of their mind. So you're going to have a bad session if you're thinking in the back of your mind, there's a possibility that I could get possessed by Beelzebub. No, I'm sorry, but you're not going to. It's it's just, I don't believe that. So for me personally, I don't believe that. I don't think anything can penetrate me or possess me in any way, shape, or form, except for Source or my grandma, my ancestors. They have permission to use my hands, and that's it. So that is why in some sessions, you will see that my hands look very old, because I let her take on the form of my hands. So it's also a kind of a mind over matter type of deal. So just really, really getting an understanding of the board and its history and why people have bad sessions. And that is a very, very good, a good thing to know. So it's really a must. So anything that you can get your hands on about the history, do so. Ooh. Ringing ears. So the history of the Ouija, the history of spiritism, mediumship. So Lilydale, you can go through, just Google. Use Google. You can find out all kinds of information on the board, on the modern day spiritualist movement, how it came to being, all about Lilydale, which is amazing, and I do want to go there one day. All about channeling, mediumship. It's incredible. And then you can actually go into that. So once you find out the history of the board, then you'll realize, okay, this is not a fortune-telling game. So we have to scoop that out, because it's not going to tell you the future or give you the winning lottery numbers, sadly. Yeah, no, it's not going to do that for you guys. So I'm sorry. If you want that, dream it. Try to dream it. Funny story, I know you guys all know this, so for the newcomers, when I first got my board, my big board, my 1938 board, which is now gone, it actually gave my friend, she's very psychic, very gifted, love her to death. It actually gave her the winning lottery numbers backwards. Completely backwards. So there, that's very iffy. Very iffy about that. So yeah, it's an incredible tool. So it is what you make of it. So it's just like a knife. It's just, you can use a knife to cut your food. You can use a knife to cut your finger off. So it just depends on how you want to use the board. Who do you want to contact? Why? Why do you want to contact them? What do you want to know? What do you think you'll get from using the board? What kind of benefits? So rid all the negativity away and face those fears. That's just, you have to face those fears front on. So face them. For my fears, what I like to do, since I don't have fears about the board, I do have one fear that it will one day just stop working for me. So that's one of my fears, but I don't really focus on that. I don't focus on that. So I just kind of let that go away. So yeah, I would honestly just focus on your fears if you have any. Write them down. Do word association. So, say you're scared of possession. Why? Why would you be scared of that? So go back and just do, write possession, word association. Come from the movies? Is that a reason why, maybe? Came from the movies. It could have come from anywhere. So, write that down. You can do sigil magic to actually counteract your own fears, which is great. It's really good. Sigil magic has worked really well. What else? Crystals, that's why we use crystals, pendants, anything that symbolizes protection from evil, negativity, demonic attack, which I really honestly don't believe in. So you can actually, you can really dig deep into yourself and find out why. Just find out your underlying fears, get yourself familiar with the history, and then get yourself familiar with the board and how it works and what it does. And get yourself a little bit familiar with the ideomotor effect. So kind of study up on psychology and just see kind of where that will take you with the board, because it's very, very common. There's a lot of psychology that goes into using the board, so it's very psychological. So it's a very good tool. So it can be very good, it can be very bad. So you have two sides of the same coin. So let's focus on making your side of the coin the good side, so we can actually, have that good energy, have that goodness. So I just think that would be something that would benefit all of us. So I did post last night the sign up for the Ouija boot camp. So I went over in that blog what you're gonna get, what to expect, how we kind of start. So we're gonna start with the history, like I just did. We'll go more into the history tomorrow. So we'll get that down. We'll get the different types of boards: the angel boards, spirit boards, Ouija boards, talking board. So many names. So Ouija is really an umbrella term for all of these different boards. We have the Swami board, we have, the pink board. We have all these different boards nowadays. We have Jesse Pollock is the one that does the original. He keeps the original design of the original board intact, and he creates those, and they're beautiful. They are amazing pieces that I would definitely tell you to check out. Definitely tell you to check out in case you want a bit of the original in there. The actual original boards are pretty expensive, so just be careful, because it becomes an addiction. Just like anything else, collecting the Ouija becomes an addiction. It did for me. Now I'm over it. Not over it, but I love my boards. So of course I'm still going to collect. So I'm very happy about that. That addiction's over. It's a lot of money. It really is. It's a lot of money to invest in. So make sure you are, just make sure that you invest wisely. But then there's all kinds of stuff that you could do to protect yourself. So that would be going into, preparing for a session. And that is chapter 2 in Ouija Pop. So that'd go into, protection, amulets, different stones and stuff to anchor us, so we can actually, get what we want. So like, say, amethyst, you can use that for spirit communications. Quartz crystal, that can amp up the session. Pneumite, very good stone. The Xanax of stones. Shungite, which actually connects the spiritual to the physical and brings it together within a pyramid. So, and I think all of my Shungite stuff in my Shungite shop on my public page, don't quote me, but I think it's all on sale. The pyramids, I know, are on sale, and they're amazing. So I put mine up. I found Magnetic North, so that's where I put mine, and mine is right there, so that's perfect. Just everything, everything that we do, everything that we think about the board is going to, and it's going to affect how we, it's going to affect how we use it, all of that stuff. So it's fun. It's really good. It's a really good transformative tool for us. So we can really use it to really transform ourselves into better versions of ourselves. So I love that idea of transformation. Especially, the Spirits of Ouija, 4 Decades of Communication. The Spirit of Alchemy by Karen A. Dahlman, I would definitely recommend. And then The Spirit of Creativity. I definitely recommend those 3 books. Just so you have a very positive outlook on the board. So she doesn't focus on the negative. She dispels the negativity around the board. So that's another good one to actually, go in and very good to invest money in those 3 books. So I would, honestly, I would. She's very good at what she does, and she knows a lot. So yeah, just study, keep studying, look up, Google the history, Google all of it. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of good stuff out there, and not just, the negative side, because that's all we see. It's basically all there is out there is the negative side of the board. So there's a completely total opposite side. So I think that's good. I think that's good for now. We brushed up a little bit on the history, a little bit on why you could possibly have a bad session. So yeah, I want to get your guys' material to you before we start. So whoever wants to be in this Ouija boot camp, let me know. Let me know below. Email me. You can, just email me, ryanjespich@gmail.com. And then you can actually send me an email on my public page at ryanoccultspecialist.com. Yeah, I think that's it. Something like that, I don't know. So on my public page, so yes, that gives you, I have blogs. If you go back onto my Patreon, you look through it, there's tons of blogs, everything about the Ouija. So it's been a long time since I've done it. Well, I've been doing it for a very long time. So, very cool, very interesting, very fun, very enlightening. So, alright guys, tonight for Witchy Wednesday, I'm going to mix up more incense. I'm going to mix up some more oils, and I am going to try to figure out who wants to do what. So, let me know. So, it'll start soon. I will let you guys know when it does officially start, and then we can actually get into it and start really going at it, really get into our sessions and, start planning and everything, and the journal. So, the journal I really want, it's a companion to Ouija Pop, so a Ouija Witch's workbook, handbook workbook. That is a companion book to Ouija Pop. So that is something that I would really like you guys to have. If you want, you can get it on Amazon. If not, just go through me and I'll get it for you. It can be signed. You don't have to get it signed, or you can, I'll sign it for you. But it's pretty good. You get a lot of room to write. You can really get your experiences going in there. So I think it's a pretty good one. And I give you little blank spots. So all kinds of blank areas. So yes, the Ouija Witch's workbook. You get so much. So you have a day-to-day time, weather conditions, emotions, physical condition, and then I give you a bunch of space to actually fill in other emotions, anything that you want, the type of ritual you've done, and then you get front and back, all kinds, front and back. The beginning gives you just a little introduction, a little bit of what to expect through the board, or through the journal, and that's it. So, yeah, you get a lot. So, alright guys. But yes, you get a lot. You get quite a bit in that little journal, so suck it well in. Alright guys, so I think tonight I'm going to do up probably a little red mojo bag, since red is pretty much universal in hoodoo, that or it's going to be white, just for self-empowerment, self-empowerment, basically getting myself back on schedule, and then it's going to go into the full moon, so we're getting pretty close, so whatever you guys want to do, let me know. And then today, later on tonight, I will actually do the Ouija session, or not the Ouija session, but I will create the event, so you guys can join if you want to. It'll be fun. So, alright guys, I will talk to you tomorrow, and hopefully we can really get this going, so just let me know who wants to be in this. Mallory, I would love for you to stay. Just stay. Don't go nowhere. So, alright guys, I love you all very much. With all my heart. All the way from Venus, all the way back down. And I will see you all tomorrow. And everybody have a good day, stay safe, and yes, make sure you just do a little history research on the board itself. And then let me know what you find. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So, alright guys, I love you all very, very much, and I will see you guys tomorrow.